Hey everybody, this is Oscar once again from the Side Hustle Playbook. I wanted to do a quick video on something that I wanted to print out today on our DTG printer. An issue that we've been having from time to time, it just kind of depends on the design, but sometimes our color doesn't match exactly what we're seeing on the screen. Specifically, we see it a lot with our greens. We're looking for more of a Kelly green and it comes more like a lime green. So something that we did on the sublimation side, which was suggested to me when we first started, was actually printing a color map or a color chart onto an actual substrate. So you guys saw when we first did the coffee mugs, we went and printed that, and that's kind of like my key on how colors are going to look. So I thought might as well do it again with the DTG printer and print on this shirt. So we're gonna go ahead and grab a color chart and print it onto a shirt. That way we can use that down the road, especially when we're working with greens. And the idea being we can open up that image in Illustrator, match it to the color green that we like on the shirt, and then use that hex code on the actual design and print it out that way. And I'm hoping when that's all said and done, I'll be getting the color that we're expecting. There's nothing more frustrating, if you're a customer that you see a shirt, it looks a certain color or certain, has a certain shade to it on the website, but then you purchase it and it looks a little bit different. You kind of want to make sure that you're getting exactly what is being sold on the website. So, as a seller, being a customer as well, I definitely want to make sure our customers are happy. And again, like I've seen it here and there. It's not every design. And, some of the things that we can do in AnaRip is adjust the contrast, adjust the different colors and go plus or minus on that. But that's always a trial and error, and I find that maybe, there's times where we waste a little bit of time trying to find that right shade. So I'm hoping this will be like a little cheat sheet or a little way to kind of fine tune that color and kind of get a better chance of getting it right the first time when we're first printing something out. So let's go ahead and get right to it, and we'll see how this comes out. All right, so basically found this color chart on the internet that I'm going to be using. The gist of it is, like in here in Adobe Illustrator, I can use the picker, and if I'm picking, this color, you can see on the swatch, it'll give me the color, but then I can also get the code. So, the end goal here is that when I'm looking for a specific color, I can look at this chart that's printed on a shirt and have a better idea of the color I'm going for, and then use that hex code on the image just to kind of make sure that everything's going to line up if I'm using standard print settings with AnaRip. So this is basically the file that I'm using. We're going to go ahead and export it out. So let me see if I have my PNG ready. And I think that's ready to go, but basically just export this out to a PNG and we should be good to go. So we'll minimize this. Let's open up AnaRip. We're going to do this on a black shirt, and let's go ahead and get that image and ready to go. So we want to use an underbase. So now we see that we have the image there. I like to do color in true view just so I can kind of see where everything's at. Let's center this thing a little bit. And usually I can go off like the image at 1 inch, and then we'll center it there. This is pretty big. It's, as far as where it's going on the shirt, so I think we should be good there. Now, I kind of want to make sure that I have everything like I normally would set. So quality, I always do super fine. My color adjustments, I do perceptual. And usually this is where I would change, like for my greens, right? Sometimes my greens come out a little bit lighter than the actual design. So I'll adjust the contrast here to try to get the color that I'm looking for. But I'm hoping this will make it a little bit better for me, where I can just pick the color code, for this darker green. that I'm trying to get to. So let's see, a white ink. We're not going to enable highlight because we really don't need that right now. We do need the white underbase. Content based, again, is one of those options where if you check it and you look at your underbase, see how it's like a whitish, depending on the color that's going to go on top of it. Or you can do, if you uncheck that, it's just going to be a big old coat of white. So for this example, we normally will do content based depending on the art. So I'm going to try to keep it as true to what I would do depending on the design. But yes, if you're having trouble, maybe you want more white, uncheck that and it'll just basically put white wherever under the entire design. Almost like a screen printing type of thing where you put that white underbase. But for here, let's go ahead and leave it like that for now. I might do a second print on the back of the shirt with one, with it checked and one unchecked, and see how that goes. And then everything else looks pretty good here. So we'll go ahead and print this bad boy. This is what it should look like. And, we'll see at the end, your true view is what it's supposed to look like, especially if you do enable ICC view. So this is the coloring that should come out right here. So we'll kind of compare it and see what it looks like. But let's go ahead and get this shirt printed out and see how it comes out. All right, so for this shirt, we're going to go ahead and it's a Bella Canvas black. We usually do 40 on the Pearl with Firebird FBX. So let's go ahead and stick to that. Again, trying to keep everything as similar as possible for what we've been doing, just so I can kind of compare apples to apples. So we got that done. So let's go ahead and put it on the press, dry it out, and then we'll do our print. So I think for this one, we're going to go with content base unchecked. And the reason for that is if you look at, this is the actual image, what it looks like on the computer screen. True view is what it should print out on the shirt with the ICC enabled preview. So if you look at this right now with the content base checked, which is limited white underbase, you can see how much darker it is compared to the actual image. So if I uncheck it, you can see that it definitely gets closer to the actual image. So we're going to go with this for now. We will save this bad boy. And let me just find my spot where I'm going to save it to. We'll just cut it under mockup. And then we'll get ready to print this sucker. All right, so printer's ready, shirt's in the Ricoh. We're going with the Bella Canvas 3001 black shirt. So let's see how this comes out. All right, so it's printing. Ricoh is doing its thing. Like I said, hopefully with this color map, get a better view or a better idea of the colors that we're printing out. Again, our biggest issue has been green, and we have one shop that is heavily based on that color. So it's always been a little bit tricky to get that color just right. So definitely, you always want it to match, right? So when your customers get it, they see a shirt on your website and it looks like a specific color, you want them to be, happy and not be surprised by anything, right? So we'll see how this comes out. And again, we've done this before. We did it for the mugs, for the sublimation. That's kind of where I got this idea, just so you can see there. I did that map right there, and that again, if there's a green or something that prints and it's a little off, I can at least go on this, look for the blue that I'm looking for or for the green, and then go on Adobe Illustrator, pick it, and make sure that I use that in the actual design. And I'm hoping that's going to alleviate a lot of my issues that I've been running into. Again, doesn't happen all the time. Most of my colors are coming out just right, but every now and then, like I said, my greens especially either come out, mainly been coming out lighter. So normally what I've been doing is adjusting the contrast, but then again, that's also a kind of a give and take, where sometimes I adjust it and it's too dark. So it's one of those things you kind of keep wasting shirts, and you're printing over and over. So definitely never throw away your shirts. Keep using them. I try to print on the back, sides, whatever I can to get my money's worth when I'm printing these stuff out. So let's see how it comes out. All right, so you see there the map came out pretty good. Again, definitely not going for, I guess, quality overall of the print, because I'd be disappointed in some of the sections, especially where the yellow is at. But again, that's not the goal here. We definitely want to get a good idea for the color map and see what each color looks like after we've printed it. So we did do with the content base unchecked, so definitely a lot more white on the background of this. But overall, like I said, it gave me a good range of colors. But let's go ahead and that conveyor driver is still not working. As you can see, the exhaust fan went out on me, so you can see the part there. But we'll be replacing that hopefully this week. But for now, we'll just put it on the handy dandy heat press and see how it comes out after it's been cured. All right, so that's what it looks like after it's cured. One thing I did notice on this one, quite a bit of steam's coming off it, which is kind of letting me know that maybe I did not dry the pre-treat enough. As you can see, it's still steaming, so definitely did not dry it enough. So maybe that's why I'm getting a little bit of a that little wear out right there, where you can kind of see through the fat through the ink. But everywhere else, it looks pretty good, feels good. And this gives me a great way to look at colors before I print. So definitely happy with this. We'll kind of keep this off to the side and use it as needed. What I'll do is I'll do a side-by-side comparison just so you can kind of see. I'll take a picture of the image and put it side by side with what we were looking at in AnaRip. But yeah, overall, again, this is just something to try to help with colors. So if you're having any issues, if your colors are coming off a little bit different than what you're seeing on your screen because of the RGB, the CMYK, definitely always want to use CMYK. But even then, even when we had what we thought everything looked, or set up properly, the greens and certain other colors come off just a little bit different than what you're seeing. So this is going to be a great tool for us. Highly recommend it for you. I kind of started doing it with the sublimation, and saw some folks talking about doing it, for DTG printing as well. So we'll give it a go, and hopefully this will be the one tool that we need when it comes to color correction and things like that. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and if there is any questions, anything you need, you can always reach out to me at oscar@sidehustleplaybook.biz, or just go to our site. We have a blog and all that good stuff, so you can learn and ask questions there as well. So Hope you guys are all doing great. Happy holidays, and we will see you on the next one. Take care.